negativity though. And that's why I don't really know like the real us. Like they call me cocky or arrogant, but it's like I got 12 titles, a 3-division world champ, 2-time undisputed. It's a crime for me to talk shit and for me to call myself the GOAT. But Savanna Marshall bum ass, who only got 1 belt, that was mine, didn't fight none of the champions. She was at 175 fighting. She skipped 168 weight class to champions. Okay, she skipped Franklin Cruz, Ellen Cederos. She came to 160. Fought against a small Henry ranking, knocked out Henry ranking and got a belt. And then now she's talking more shit than a little bit, saying I'm scared of her, saying she can beat me, saying she can knock me out, saying she's too strong for me. Haven't accomplished shit though, and everybody's like, yeah. And it's like, well, when I talk that shit and I keep it real, everybody's so offended. When I got the accolades and the resume to back it up. Like, forget the amateurs. Forget the pros. Let's scratch that.
Right. Because
that's great. But we talking about the amateurs where I was 2-time Olympic champ, 2-time world champ, 77-1, 19 knockouts. Pan Am champion.
Okay.
Continental, like whatever tournament you talking about, I won it. I lost my 24th fight, and I finished 77 wins and 1 loss. So I had a win streak of 50, 60s, like a 62 fight win streak now.
Wow.
Against the best in the world, not bums. And now in the pros, I'm fighting the best. But she gets to get all this credit just because she's from the UK, because she's white. And they're still living off of this. Oh, she can say what she want because she beat you in the amateurs. And it's like, okay, the girls that beat her in the amateurs can say what they want. And all her opponents have gotten a 1-week notice to come fight her.
Right.
You know, it's like she hasn't had girls don't have a full camp getting ready to fight her. You know, so it's just weird for me. It's like they always want to kind of give this person the okay to talk shit, but this person can't. And I don't really caring, but I just feel like it's a double standard. It's like they need to be calling her cocky and letting her know you haven't accomplished shit to even be mentioning Claressa Shields' name, because I will beat her and she knows that. It's just weird how now I think she needs some money. So hopefully hopefully she's telling Eddie to give her more money for this ass whooping she's going to take if he offered me the right money. It's going to be an ass whooping she's going to take, so she might as well get paid for it.
let's just jump right into it. I mean, obviously she fought today. I mean, I don't even think I want to get your thoughts about the fight because I pretty much know what you think about it. But after the fight, like you said, she had a lot to say. I'm actually kind of shocked to see. I don't want to say shocked, but it seems like she's talking more smack now. But in the beginning of her career, it seemed like she didn't want to talk about you.
No.
Like why is that energy changing now?
I seen Savanna Marshall face to face. Okay? I felt her energy. All that shit she be talking, when we was face to face, I felt that fear. I looked her in her eyes. And she said something about, we was getting interviewed. We side by side. And the guy asked her, so what do you reckon to happen if you and Claressa Shields fight again? And she said, even though Claressa, she isn't the same girl she was back in the day, I reckon I beat her again. I stopped in the middle of the interview and I looked at her. I said, no, you won't. No, you won't. I don't even know why you just said that. No. See, that's when the energy not going toward the camera now. I got to check you and let you know face to face. Because you ain't said to my face. You want to talk to the... Nah. Scratch that. I looked dead at her. Now let her know. You cannot beat me. You haven't done nothing since the amateurs. You ain't done shit in the pros. I've progressed. You've declined. You can't fuck with me. And I let her know that to her face. And all that energy she had going toward the camera, I felt her kind of, ease up. Because I don't take disrespect lightly, especially when it comes to my hard work in boxing. So now when they had to do the face-off, they're like, you guys want to face off? You guys want to face off? I'm like, why not? We here? Why not?
Yeah.
Face off with her to let her know. I will give you what you want. I will give you all that energy and I'll fuck you up. That let her know right then and there. I've never been afraid of you. I've always wanted to run it back and fight you. 2012, right? The World Championships, she beat me. 3 months later was the Olympics. I won the Olympics. She lost. 2014 World Championships, I won them. She lost. 2016 World Championships, she got 4th place bronze, 1st place gold, myself. Then we go to the Olympics again. She's there again. Loses. And what's funny about all these losses, after she beat me, she lost the day before, every day before we were supposed to fight again.
Wow.
You have to win one fight. And you can fight against the beast. And you lose every time. It's a mental blockage for her. I know that. So I'm going to let her keep talking about, she's getting cocky now because she feels like her country is getting behind her. But country being behind you don't win fights.
True.
You don't. When I went to the first Olympics, my mom or my dad wasn't there. People was in there cheering for Russia against me. 17. Came out on top. You know, so she can have her country back in there. That's cool. But skills pay the bills. And I got the power to knock her over. And the thing is, what I think she don't realize is, she may have won one battle, but she lost the entire war. If women's boxing was a war, and we were fighting about which women boxers want to be at the top of the war, who's gonna win? This is the Shields team. This is the Marshall team. Marshall may have won one battle with us fighting against each other, but as far as in everything else, she lost. She lost when it counted. Both Olympics, both World Championships. Now she let me become a 3-time division world champion, 2-time undisputed.
How many?
2-time.
Okay.
Undisputed. 12-time world champion. Man. And that's fear. But I reckon she really needs the money right now. She needs to be having Eddie get her little dollars up. Because once the fight happens, where does she have to go? You fighting against the best, right? I'm top of the food chain, right?
Yeah.
It's a super fight, right?
Fact.
So get paid like it's a super fight. But after you take this L, where do you go? I got somewhere to go. When I win, I can fight against Frank John, Ellen Cederos. I can go back down to 54, fight against Hannah Gabriels. I can stay at 160 and defend my titles. Where can she go if I'm champ at 154? Undisputed at 160? She has no place to go but 68. But she skipped that already. She skipped those girls. You going back up to 75? What is your plan? Who's the next big fight for you? You rematch me, you're just going to lose again. So, where do you go? I already know what I'm going to do. I got MMA, rolling around in the cage. As she said, roll around in the octagon.
That's what she said? She said you was rolling around?
She said that I rather roll around in the octagon than fight her. No, boo-boo. I'd rather make some fucking money than have to get in the ring and take less money to fight you.
Ooh.
That's what I'd rather do. I'd rather learn all these different arts and make my body stronger and better than to have to keep dealing with the sexism of boxing. And she'd be too dumb to understand the fight between me and her is a super fight.
Eddie Hearn said it was.
Yeah, so how much did Deontay Wilder make for fighting Tyson Fury?
Oh my God, what are we talking? 20, 30 million? Something crazy.
We ain't even talking $1 million for me. And we ain't even talking, we ain't talking no money for her.
Wow.
She's so dumb, you know? She doesn't understand the business of it. She think if she beats me, that her whole life changes. And it's like, one, you're not going to beat me, but you got to know what to do. You got to know how to talk. You got to know how to get your numbers up. You know, you fighting for your little 10, 20,000, maybe, girl. Excuse me, but...
That's all she making for real? 10, 20,000?
I'm not getting in there for that much. Nowhere.
Right.
MMA, I ain't even make... Man, MMA, I'm making way more than that. What? Triple, double. Oh, wait a minute. I ain't even gonna say double. I'm making quadruple of that right now.
Wow.
In my first MMA fight.
Wow.
Next year, I have a chance to make 1.4 million. Come on now. Play with somebody else.
Right.
I'm not gonna put my life on the line for boxing and do it for cheap. So she can say what she want. Oh, Clarissa's scared of me. She doesn't want it. I gave Eddie Hearn my number. And he said on national TV, I got the money. I'm the big money man. All right. Well, send the contract with the money that I asked you for, bro.
Yeah. He the $1 billion man, right? Didn't he get that billion from the Zone or whatever?
Come on now. Hey, if you really gonna put on for women's boxing, put on for women's boxing.
Yeah.
You know, they talking about I know it's a big risk, like, oh, who's not used to those?
Right.
Like, Hannah Gabriels, Christina Hammer. This girl was reigning champ for 9 years.
Yep.
24-0, 11 knockouts. She had one less fight than Layla Ali. Come on now. Who else did I fight that was a pretty good fighter? When I fought against Nikki Aller was 17-0, 9 knockouts. I made her 17-1. And I knocked her out. This is an undefeated champion who don't even know what defeat tastes like.
Right.
She said she ain't even watched film of me when she came to the U.S. I just came over here to defend my belt and go back home.
Mistake.
Cool. Left, heartbroken, knocked out, and she never boxed the same since.
And beltless.
Yeah, so just like, I'm used to taking big risks.
Yeah.
Marshall not. That's not gonna play in her favor when we fight. And I could say a whole lot about her. First of all, congrats on your 3rd round knockout on Maria Lindbergh. Yes, congratulations. I forgot. Congrats. You did what you're supposed to do with an opponent like that. That's what I'll say. An opponent who hasn't fought in a very long time. An opponent who looked, both of them didn't look too good to me. I hope Marshall works on a lot of her stuff before we enter the ring because she's going to get embarrassed. But that little shit she was doing in there, that little jab and that little slow ass right hand, keep it up, boo. It's cool with me. But congrats to her on that win. But if she wants to pad her record and then get in the ring with the real killer, she can do that. She can have more knockouts than me. She can make the fans think she's big bad wolf, can't nobody beat her. She can do that. But when we step inside the ring, she's going to wish I show her mercy. And I'm not. Even after the win, when I beat her. It's still going to be, you talk all that shit and you lost. I'm not going to be all huggy, friendly. She too disrespectful of my greatness. When I beat her, I'm going to be like, all that bragging you did for all these years and you didn't accomplish nothing. Just using my name to build yourself up. This is what you get. God made it this way so you can take this ass whooping in front of the entire world. I can get my just due. And you can figure out your life because evidently you let that one win go to your head. And now you still letting the amateur win go to your head. And that's why she's never been able to improve because that... If London, England wasn't hosting the Olympics in 2012, she wouldn't have got the decision over me. That's it. I just fought a girl the day before. I scored 31 points.
Damn.
To 8.
Damn.
I had never scored under 25 points for a fight. This is back in the point system days.
Right.
When I tell you, when she beat me, it said the point system was 14 points to 8. I scored 8 points. When every other fight I ever had, girls who were tougher than Marshall, meaner than Marshall, taller than Marshall. This day, she gets the decision over me. Now look, I can take the L. But when I used to rewatch the fight, cause I got it. I know Marshall got it. She probably watching it like, damn, how I get that win. I don't know. I don't know. But every time I watched it, from me to my coach, to everybody who I knew would be open and honest with me, nobody could figure out how she beat me.
Wow.
Nobody. I was super aggressive with her. It took the judges and the ref to help her win.
Wow.
So, I give it to her. Congrats. But she knows. That's not. She doesn't even feel good about it. That's why she doing all it. I feel great about everything I've done. And the reason that the loss happened was because God wanted me to work harder and have that chip on my shoulder that'll last a lifetime. And it did, because forget the loss to her. I saw how people treated me after I lost. And I saw people in my hood, you know what I'm saying? People who I was cool with. How people who I was best friends with, how they treated me. How I was a little girl from Flint who was poor. I ain't have nothing. I'm traveling the world. I'm fighting. I'm beating the #1 girl in the world. To now, I lost right before the Olympics. And I come home and people just trying to dog me out, make it seem like I was never nobody important. So it was bigger than her. God wanted me to weed those snakes out right then and there. You see how she acted towards you. Okay, get her out. You see how he did. Don't you get him out? You saw how this up. But when nobody doing that, when you was on top, when you was winning though. So when I lost, all it did was just make me. Oh, I gotta get rid of him. I gotta get rid of her. Okay, yeah. Oh, you look down on me? Okay, cool. I cleared my circle out. Started all over. And then, that's when I saw who was really for me. And those were the people that helped me get to where I am, who are still in my life right now. So it's bigger than Marshall. She look at her, I want to fight. She didn't capitalize off of it. Her life didn't change. Mine? Come on now.
Big time.
We know what's going on. So, I'm not mad at her about it. Hey, congrats. But she'll never beat me again. It doesn't matter when we fight, where we fight. I just know I'm going to get paid like the world champion that I am. And she's going to get paid like the world champion she is. That's it.
You mentioned Eddie Hearn knows your number. Having said that, is it irritating to see him say some of the comments he says? I mean, today he was talking about how, she's gonna knock you out and this, that, and the other. Like, is that irritating, knowing that, hey, listen, if you want to make the fight, you know what it's gonna take?
I will tell you what, Eddie Hearn, I don't think he's a bad person. I just believe he make a lot of promises he can't keep. I believe that he wants to be a people pleaser, and he goes with whatever he thinks the people want to hear. Eddie have seen me fight in person. He know how skilled I am. After I fought against Hannah Rankin, he said, I don't know who to say more skilled. You were Katie. I said, that's fine. Look, you can say Katie. I don't fucking care. Whatever. We're both great fighters. But it just shows like the ass kissing then, you know. And with Eddie Hearn know that I'll fight anybody, you know. And he know I'll take the big fights. I don't know why now he has this weird, switch. But my team has been in contact with Eddie. His first offer was trash. We said, we want the fight. We let that be known. We want the fight. We would love to fight for the summer, And he got the money up a little bit more, but it's like, look, quit playing. You know what I mean? Like, let's be serious. Let's be adults. And he knows my overall number, but he just said on his own, he the big money man. So, be the big money man and give me my money. Boom. And we be straight. But he wants to make it into something that it's not. I'm not bidding myself out. I have a big brand. A lot of my fans know me. I'm one of most known boxers in women's boxing. I sell pay-per-views. People buy to watch me. You know, like, that's facts. You know, so to have to, you know, hear him try to make it seem like I'm scared to keep women being paid less just shows his sexism. You know, it doesn't show that he's really a fan of boxing, of the sport. You know, and it's like, look, you put on Katie Taylor versus Delphine Persoon, how much did Katie Taylor make? Nobody talks about Katie Taylor purse.
That's a good point.
Nobody talks about how much Delphine got paid to fight her. Or Delphine Persoon got paid to fight her the second time. Nobody talks about it, but it's something that needs to be fixed in boxing. The disparity of pay. And if you don't want to contribute to that, I'm not going to contribute to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can fight plenty of people. I don't need to fight Marshall.
Right.
Do I want to fight her? Absolutely. Been wanting to fight her since 2012. But I don't have to. I got plenty of people that I can fight. People need to realize after I beat Marshall, they're going to say, oh, there's nobody else out there who you can beat. You've just beaten everybody. Yada, yada, yada. When there are girls who are better than her who they're overlooking. Franchon Cruz.
Yeah.
That's the Layla Ali versus Ann Wolf fight right there.
Wow.
That's it. After I beat Marshall, that's it. That's all it is to me. It's nowhere else to go. Everybody at 54, 60, 68. It's nowhere to go but 60. After I beat Marshall for this one world title belt that she got, that's mine anyway.
That's your old one, isn't it?
It's my old belt. She waited till it became vacant, then her and Eddie wanted to fight for it. But I only vacated it because I had to vacate it to fight for the 154 undisputed title against Marie Albuquerque.
Right.
So other than that, I would never gave it up. But they're like, either you're going to give up this belt or you're not going to be able to fight for all the belts at 154. Which I was like, damn.
That's what the sanctioning body said.
Yeah, so that's what I did. I'm like, all right, cool. So I gave it up, but they was like, but we're sure to make you mandatory for it again when you decide if you want to fight at 154 or 160 after the 154 fight. And I said, okay, cool. So I got the rest of my belt except for that WBO, which I am mandatory for that. That's my belt. I should really be champion in recess for that.
Right.
To be honest.
Right. Franchise champion. Some kind of, right.
You know, but we'll let her think she champion. Whatever. She didn't beat the champ to get the belt, so you ain't the champ.
Right.
Yeah, so that's what that was. So that's the thing though. For me, that's the biggest fight in women's boxing. Claressa Shields versus Franchon Cruz. So I am going to handle Marshall. As soon as Eddie get the money right. Since he's saying that she gonna knock me out, I'm going back to my original statement. Like I said after my pay-per-view fight, give me $750K and then we can just call it a deal. And I don't gotta talk. You ain't never gotta talk to me again. Just talk with my team. Put $750K on that paper. And maybe, just maybe I'll take a little bit less if it's the Anthony Joshua Fury co-main. Only reason because that's building women's boxing. That's it. But if you can't do that, then I have better things I can be doing.
I mean, I gotta be honest. I don't even know how he couldn't do that. I mean, to have the biggest fight in women's boxing, to be the co-main to the biggest heavyweight fight in boxing, like, and it's gonna cost him less than $1 million when he's getting all this money from. I'm assuming he's getting it from Saudi Arabia. So,
hey, listen, they can talk that overpricing yourself bullshit to somebody else. Just don't talk it to me, cause I know my worth. I do. I know my worth, and I've been offered a lot of money by a lot of different networks to fight on a network. I've been offered a deal from Golden Boy before. For reasons I can't discuss, it was reasons why I just like I'm not gonna sign with them. And it just seems like now I'm doing MMA and I'm making so much money, so many endorsements, so many sponsorships. Like I said, I want the fight to happen, but I'm not gonna do it. Like, it's not about what you think on work. I'm telling you, 12-time world champ. Y'all want Canelo to be undisputed. He ain't undisputed yet. I'm undisputed 2 times.
How many?
2 times.
Okay.
So it's like, my man making $36.5 million a fight. I shouldn't even be talking about $750K.
Right.
$1 million. I shouldn't even be talking about that. But since I gotta fight this hard to get women's boxing some money and to close the pay gap, I wish these other girls would join the fight, because it's like, dude, you don't feel some kind of way that we doing the same job but getting paid not even 5% of what they make? Like, I don't know how you could be okay with that.
Yeah.
With no woman, especially Katie Taylor. You know, here they try to underpay Amanda Serrano. And it's like, Eddie talk about me being scared of Marshall. Shit, I think Katie Taylor was scared of Amanda Serrano. Seriously. 40 and 1, 30 knockouts? You try to offer her $150K.
Wow.
Come on now. Amanda Serrano?
Right.
For a fight of that magnitude? Come on now. Come on.
Yeah.
So it's like he's used to underpaying women. And Amanda Serrano didn't go for that. And I ain't gonna go for that. I ain't going for no, I know my worth. I know my worth. And if he don't see my worth and he doesn't want to pay me, if he really believes that Savanna can beat me, come on. Put the money up.
Yeah.
Bandz will make me dance. Come on. Let's go. Bandz will make me get in there and show you why I'm the GOAT. Trust me. Pay me that money. You say, oh, Savanna Marshall, oh no, she doesn't want this fight. She doesn't want it. I'm too strong for her. Cool. I fought against bigger, stronger, and better skilled girls than her. She knows that. Girls she couldn't beat if she was at her best health and they was sick. I beat girls when I had the flu. Sick. Food poisoning. I got something I can tell you. Come on, man. I fought one Olympic fight I didn't even eat before. I was too excited. Too excited. I'm just running around like, oh, I got my fight. Didn't even eat. Still went there and smashed the girl. Come on now. It just so many things I can say. I fought the Continentals with food poisoning. It was one World Championships. I had the flu. Come on now.
Wow.
But they'll never be able to tell. I go out there and put it all on the line. Every fight. She can't do that. She fell under pressure. That's why I need Eddie to get this money right, so we can make this fight happen. And I can just put this to rest. Trust me, she don't want this to get put to rest. Nah, she want to be able to say, oh, I'm the only girl in history to be Claressa Shields. That's what she want to be able to say. But once I beat her in the pros, her name will become silent. Like every other girl who I beat. Her name will disappear. And she's going to disappear. And people going to be like, oh, where did she go? What happened to the silent assassin? She got assassin. That's what happened. And now she done. Because I've already won the war. I already won it. I'm about to walk to the ring with 12 belts. She about to walk to the ring with her little WBO. That's mine. Come on now. Like, she can't feel good about it. And that's probably like she really want to fight. She got to feel like she's really a champion. She should have fought the champ anyway. We offered her a deal in 2018. You know? But, you know, she ain't take it. Her team talking about some get up 3 years. Like, okay.
Wow. They really said that? Like,
yeah. Said, oh, well, let her get a world title. Give us a few years. She hasn't been in the ring as much. Not my fault. She can beat me, right? She said she can beat me back then. I reckon I beat her again. All right. Do it. Come on. We was doing the one offering the contract. She had no other place to go. And we always offered the most money for the girls who I was fighting against. Girls that made $50,000, $75,000, $100,000, $150,000 fighting against me. Name another who getting paid like that fighting against somebody else. Who ain't fighting against Katie Taylor. Because I don't know what them girls made either.
Right.
But who else? Who else? When it's a big fight, the women get paid.
Yeah. And
I get paid too for taking the risk, right? But like I said, since Savanna Marshall was such a risk as Eddie Hearn say, and I don't want it. She's too strong for me. Will pay me for my efforts because I'm scared as shit. So give me the money. I'll get in the ring. Then I'll show you. But we can play the scared as shit role. We can do that. As long as you put the money on the table. Convince me that it's worth me taking this huge risk that I'm so scared of. Convince me. And he's not going to do it. Because in reality, he don't want her to lose either. And then Eddie Hearn, you know, TV talking about something. Oh, I love Claressa. What? Gone, bro. Too disrespectful. Too disrespectful. First of all, you don't have no respect. You probably don't even know what love is.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just skip that. I love Claressa Shields. You don't know what love is. You're disrespectful. And you're not an advocate for women's boxing for the pay disparity. You're not. Because you wouldn't have sent the offer you sent to my team after I mentioned Katie Taylor. And just to be clear, I mentioned the fight with Katie Taylor to scare him. Because he know I can make 147. And as soon as I got talking about Katie Taylor, that's when he sent the contract or sent the offer for me to fight Marshall.
Oh, he tried to dead the Katie Taylor talk.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely. Because he know that if Katie Taylor thinks too hard about it, we may end up in the ring together. Exactly. So he got to convince her, oh no, let's not go to 147. But that's when we start throwing up Marshall name. Man, I'm like, that's cool. I'm going to beat her. And then who we going to have at 160 to talk trash? Nobody. So he needs to just go ahead and make it happen. Give me the money that I need. Get us on Anthony Joshua Fury undercard. Let's make it happen. Let's go. Let's go, Eddie. Let's go, Marshall. Marshall, tell your man get the money up. I'll be there to see with all 12 of my belts. Taking your one.
Right. Eddie love you, so.
Yeah, Eddie, you love me, pay me.
Right.
That's it. If you love me, pay me. That's it. And maybe I'll love you back. Maybe. But as of right now, I ain't fucking with you like that. You're a little disrespectful.
Show me how much you love me.